Okay, and ready?
Chadley Richards, and this is my evaluation for my media product.
Excellent. Okay. In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
As a group, we try to follow the codes and conventions really closely, so it was very important for us for it to look and feel like a romantic comedy as what it was, so we tried to follow them closely and not change too much because it was important for us to get the feel of a romantic comedy. So that's what we did mostly. There wasn't much done differently, so we didn't try to challenge it too much because our main aim for it was for it to look as much like a romantic comedy as possible, so that was it.
Okay. How does your media product represent particular social groups?
In our media product we have two main social groups represented, so we had a nerd, for example, and again what was important for us to do was to keep the nerd being a nerd and not to have the nerd being too cool just in the beginning, so we kept the lines very clear. We didn't try to blur them as yet, so our nerd was very nerdy with glasses and plaid shirts, and our females that were represented were also blonde, and we kept them on heels and kind of showed them on a higher level than the nerd, so like hammer home the social class and differences between them immediately, so later on when they get together would be more of a clash or more of a challenge, so you could see those orders and stuff.
What kind of media institution might distribute your media product and why?
Ideally a group like Universal or Warner Brothers, because they would be able to fund our project, and for a romantic comedy location is very important, so we'd be able to go to the right places to get the scenic looking locations and all the beautiful. For our film we filmed in Sutton and it was very beautiful, but there's a few more locations that we'd intended on having if we were funded properly, so a group like Warner Brothers or Universal would be ideal, because also that they would be able to reach out to bigger audiences.
Who would be the audience for your media product?
Technically speaking, anyone from a social grade B to an E, but I feel my film could reach out to anyone age 15 to and above, really, male or female. We had lots of comedy for the male audience and lots of romance for the female, strictly speaking there. But the story is very common to life, basically. Nerd loves someone he can't get, so basically that's what we tried to do, so it could reach out to anyone really, and it would be a 13, so anyone could go along to cinemas and see this film.
And how did you attract or address your audience?
We tried to play the sympathy card with the nerd and putting him down, so what we tried to do was get the sympathy vote for the nerd and try and show him like downtrodden, and so you'd immediately feel that sympathy for him. And then we tried to show the female, the woman, the blonde supremes, as I like to call them, on a higher level than the nerd, so you'd immediately feel that sympathy for him and like try to grab, you grab the sympathy vote. We also made a little poster for our film there, as you can see, Nerd's Eye View, and that was just on the blog, so to help promote and get our film out there, try to do.
Okay. What have you learned about technologies from the process of constructing this product?
I'm new to the blogging, so it was a more informative way and interesting way, say, than writing down, so I found the blogging was more easier than to write long essays and stuff, so that was very good, and I'm now official blogger, so yeah, that's very good. Cameras were also a bit tricky, learning to fiddle with them and stuff and get the camera shots and angles, but after a while, it becomes second nature. The editing was something I found very difficult at first, but as you go along you do pick these things up, and it's just learning your filters and your different effects and stuff that you needed. But with the right help, we were able to understand the editing and stuff and the software. So it wasn't too bad, and I enjoyed editing in the end. So yeah.
Okay, and finally, looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the full product?
A lot's been learned since our preliminary tasks, mainly because we got to edit.
Yeah.
In our preliminary tasks, we weren't able to edit our film, so there was a lot that you learned a lot between making the mistakes, and we are now able to frame the shots a lot better since then. Use the pan, use the movement. We're used to the equipment more, so we've come a long way. Also, with editing since then. So we didn't edit our preliminary task, but learning how to edit and use that software has really helped us progress. And you kind of see the difference, the vast difference between our preliminary task and our original and our final finished product right now. And I definitely would say I've learned a lot, and it's gone on to help me do other little film projects and stuff. So
My name is